welcome to Storytime to Go. Today we are downtown at Estrella Bridal. They have formal and bridal wear, so if you have a special occasion coming up, homecoming, prom, a fancy gala, this is definitely the place to come to find a beautiful dress. And they have many, many sizes available, and we have the perfect story to go with this store today. It is called The Dress in the Window. One afternoon on the main street in town, a boy with his mom saw a sparkling gown. It hung in the window of second-hand thread, all glowing, all flowing, all dazzling and red. It seemed to call out as the boy tried to pass. He stopped and pressed his small nose to the glass. He gazed at the garment with eyes open wide and noticed his heart disco dancing inside. There, in that moment, the boy made a wish to put on that dress and to swirl and to swish. He took in the sequins from shoulder to floor and wondered, what life did this dress have before? Was it once worn by a star of the screen who walked the red carpet and stole every scene? Or maybe the greatest of all world spies once used it as part of a perfect disguise. Had it been worn in a room filled with jazz by a spotlit performer who sang with pizzazz? Or perhaps it was shown by a fashion designer whose runways had never seen anything finer. Now, in this window, it stood on display for anyone passing and willing to pay. Maybe, said Mom, if you do a few chores and save up some pennies, that dress could be yours. Nothing would stop him, whatever it took. He'd wash, clean, and tidy. He'd carry and cook. He'd ask all the neighbors who lived on their road if dogs could be walked or if lawns could be mowed. At house number 7, he helped Mrs. Mack, who found housework tricky because of her back. At house number 20, he washed an old car and polished it up so it shone like a star. At house number 30, he swept up the leaves and watered the flowers to help Mr. Jeeves. At house number 40, he brushed the dogs' tails. He washed them and dried them and clipped all their nails. He counted his money spread out on the floor, and kindly the tooth fairy left him some more. So now, with enough, the boy lay in his bed and danced in his dreams wearing sequins of red. Next morning came with a hug and some toast. Happy birthday, said Mom, to the boy I love most. She took him to school saying, see you at 3. We'll get home in time for your presents and tea. 3 o'clock came, not a moment too soon. The boy had been counting the seconds since noon. He hoped that they'd walked past the dress of his dreams. He leapt in excitement and burst at the seams. Over the playground and through the school gate, he thought of the dress. He just couldn't wait. Hang on, Mom cried, but her son didn't slow. This wasn't the way that she'd wanted to go. The dress in the window was just round the bend, and this time the boy had his savings to spend. Feeling a thrill that he couldn't quite bear, he looked through the window. The dress was not there. The boy's heart stopped dancing. It sank to the floor. Never had he wanted anything more. Mom held his hand as she said, never mind, your presents are waiting. Who knows what you'll find? When they got home, all the neighbors were there with gifts for the boy and a big cake to share. The boy thanked them all as he offered them tea. Then Mom smiled and said, here's your present from me. She passed him the package. It wasn't a book. It felt soft and squishy. The boy's fingers shook. He thought of the dress, but he knew it had gone. He peeled back the paper and something bright shone. A shimmer of sequins, a glimmer of red. I bought it before someone else did, Mom said. I couldn't risk waiting. They had only one beautiful dress for my beautiful son. The boy tried it on and he smiled as he spun. He loved how it sparkled like light from the sun. He danced through the house and he filled it with joy, and everyone wanted to dance with the boy. He danced round the garden and out in the road. He swirled and he twirled as his happiness flowed. He smiled at his mom and she smiled back at him. Her son in his dress filled with love to the brim. And that is the end of our story today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on Storytime to Go. Bye.